having a restful start to this new year. 2023 has been a year. Health-wise, it's not been the best, so let's see how 2024 turns out. But today, as of now, when I'm recording this video, it's December 19, and the last few weeks I've spent just looking at the past year and thinking about how I want my next year to go. And today I wanted to share with you a few things I did to get very clear on what I want 2024 to look like for me. I have a goal setting workbook that if you want, you can get if you want to do this exercise. I also have a free companion worksheet, so you don't have to constantly keep buying this workbook, and you can get that on my website. I'll have both of these things linked for you in the description of this video. I like to go through my camera roll and see the pictures. It refreshes my memory of everything that happened. 2023 was a very family focused year for me. I was not well for a lot of the time, and what happened was in February I fell ill, and that kind of threw me off my game for the rest of the year. The rest of the year I just kept trying to catch up. I couldn't hit most of my big goals, and I didn't publish the book that I had thought I would be publishing in 2023. In fact, I rarely worked on it. That was disappointing, but 2024, it's going to be different. My planning process, I start by looking at the last 12 months. I go through what went well and what didn't. I write down my daily gratitudes, accomplishments, and improvements. I've talked about my Notion life management system before. If you'd like an in-depth video, let me know. Basically, the daily insights roll into weekly, those roll into monthly, and then quarterly. And at the end of the year, I have a snapshot of everything that affected me, the good and the bad. Based on this information, I think about what I'd like the next 12 months to look like. I have some prompts that walk me through this step. The good thing about this Notion template is that I can pull it up on my tablet, on my phone, and on my desktop. For example, one of the questions I have here is, what behavior is repeatedly causing negative outcomes or negative feedback loops? I also have vision board brainstorming, word of the year, financial planning, so thinking about income, expenses, budget. Then I go into the details, so my life pillars, what are my value goals, what are my outcome goals, what are the habits I'll be working on in the coming year, what are the projects, and what will be the action items for these projects. This is pretty intense, and that's why it takes me a couple of weeks to go through this whole process. This year, a big change I made was to my outcome goals. In the past, I've tried to keep about 5 outcome goals and then have multiple projects under each of those goals. But this year, as I was doing the review, I realized that a lot of things are aligned with my long-term goals. So 3+ years, a lot of them have moved from being project-based to habit-based. And that felt good. What I mean is that I realized that a lot of these things that I needed to do to reach my long-term goals, I initially needed to have more focus, energy for those things, so I had to keep them as projects, so I was able to manage them and track them. But now I've realized that they have slowly moved into being habits for me, and I don't have to be more rigid about tracking these things, and I can track them as habits now. I cannot tell you how good that felt. As I was saying, I usually have about 5 goals, 5 outcome goals, but for 2024, I have just 1 goal. I have many habits that I'll be working on, and I have some personal projects that are aligned to my values. But as far as outcome goals are concerned, I just have 1 goal, and that's aligned to my work. That's then broken into projects and tasks and habits. And this goal is a revenue goal. I'm sure you're not the least bit surprised because I've been talking about this in the last couple of videos now. And one of the ways to reach this goal is to publish books. So let's plan my next book release together. The book I'm working on releasing next is for Kindle Unlimited, so KU. There's a whole strategy behind it which I'm not getting into today. The book I've been working on is a short novel, and I have the first draft down, and it's about 28,000 words. And the release date that I have in mind is 8th of February. I know it's not a lot of time, so let's get to the planning part. By the 15th of January, I want to have the final manuscript ready and formatted. From January 15th to 7th, I want to focus on pre-marketing. 8th February is the launch date. From February 9th to the end of the month will be post-marketing. So that's the timeline, and I'm working with a very limited budget for this book. So there's not going to be a whole lot of marketing activities, but whatever budget I have very focused marketing things that I want to try out with this book release. Now let's create a list of things that I need to do. So that's book format, book cover, book upload, metadata, A+ content, marketing plan, so pre-marketing, launch, and then post-marketing. Like I said, there's not a lot I'm planning to do with this book as far as marketing is concerned. I'm working with a very limited budget, and I'm banking on the KU model to help me with this book. There are a few things that I'll be testing with this book release. There is a very limited budget. Like I mentioned, there's a very limited budget for marketing this book, and I am banking on the KU model. I have my task list, but what does that look like on a daily basis? Let's create a daily plan for myself. I've already done the writing and revisions and rewrites and edits part of it. So my December is focused on that. What I'm sharing with you is what I'm planning to do in January and February. So looking at my task list, I can see there are 3 types of tasks. One is the book itself, then the production side of things, and then the last one is the marketing. This is what that looks like in my project dashboard. Now I can only work from 9 to 1. I can squeeze in time here and there, but my office hours are 9 to 1. So let's create a schedule to actually do these things. So let me take you into my Google Calendar. January 1st through 15th, I'll be working on the book and a part of the production side of things. So from 9 to 11, I'll be working on the book. 11 to 11:30 will be a break. 11:30 to 12:30, I'll be working on the metadata, creating A+ content for the Amazon page, and from 12:30 to 1, emails. January 15th through 8th of Feb, I'll be working on the pre-marketing side of things and getting ready for the final launch date. 9 to 11, I'll be working on the pre-marketing. So everything I have under that, I'll be picking up the tasks and working on that during this time. 11 to 11:30 will be break. 11:30 to 12:30, I'll be working on the book. So final revisions, confirming all the details, and also whatever is left over from the marketing side of things. If I have time, I can work on that and also use this time to start engaging with my audience. 12:30 to 1, emails and other admin tasks. January 22nd through 28th will be again getting ready for the final launch day. 9 to 10:30, I'll be working on my marketing materials, finalizing all the details. 10:30 to 11 will be break. 11 to 1, I'll continue with engaging with audience and my content plan that I have for the marketing of this book. January 29th through February 7th, again ramping up my marketing. So from 9 to 10:30, I'll be working on my marketing efforts. So all the things that I have narrowed down for my marketing, all those things will be in its final phases. So working on that. 10:30 to 11 will be a break. 11 to 1, I'll be again working on the marketing side of things. So I've already created a marketing strategy. Let me know if you would want to see a video about how I've created a marketing strategy. In fact, it'll make better sense that I share with you what my marketing strategy is after the book release, so I can actually show you what I had planned, what I did, and what worked. So maybe I should note that down and keep it in mind to make a video on this. But anyway, so what I've done is the social media side of it, the content side of my marketing efforts that I want to do for this book, because I am still going to heavily depend on the KU model, but I have to still give it a push. And the content plan that I've created, I've made it into a template. It's on my website. You can get it from there. And even though I've made it for a book launch, you can really tweak it and make it more custom for your own book, even if your book is already out. I'll have that link for you in the description as well. And this whole template that I have, it's in my Notion, and if you're interested, I'll have that as well for you, maybe in the coming months, because I cannot be working on that right now. But let me know if you'd be interested in that Notion template. I'll definitely work on it if I have enough people interested in it. Now, just to make it clear, this is what I'm planning to do. All this might change. I don't know how much of it I'll be able to keep up with, but as of now, February 8th is the launch date, and I'll be spending most of my day executing my launch day task lists. So yeah, I have scheduled in breaks. So I will be stepping away from all the marketing and promotional activities that I have planned for that day. Although I have a very small list of things. Again, a lot is depending on the KU model. So we'll see how that goes. But I have content going on social media, and then there'll be emails and those kind of things. So all that will be happening, and there's a little bit of time for celebration as well. February 9th onwards, I'll be doing post marketing and ongoing promotional things. I have kept 2 weeks after the release date where I'll be still actively promoting the book, but after that I'll move on to the next things that I have in the pipeline. But 2 weeks post release, I'm definitely going to work on the marketing, and what that looks like is from 9th of Feb onwards, 9 to 10:30 I'll continue promoting my book. 10:30 to 11 will be a break. 11 to 1 I'll be again working on the marketing strategy and those kind of things. So yeah, new year, new book. Thank you for keeping me company today. Let me know what are some of your plans for this new year. What are some of the changes you're bringing into 2024? And I wish you a very happy and healthy new year and a lot of success. And I'll see you in the next one.